Hello, coin enthusiasts, history lovers, and treasure hunters. What if I told you that a simple 1992 US 1-cent coin, a coin that's been sitting in your spare change jar, could actually be worth a mind-blowing $78 million? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, trust me, it's not. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1992 US penny, its history, and the rare errors that have pushed its value to astronomical heights. Stick around, because this is a coin story you won't want to miss. You're probably wondering, how on earth can a 1992 penny, a coin worth just 1 cent, be worth $78 million? Well, stay tuned, because we're about to uncover the secret behind this incredible value. Let's start with a little bit of history. The 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been in circulation since the 1790s. It's one of the most iconic and widely used coins in American currency. The design of the penny has evolved over time, but in 1909 a landmark event occurred, the introduction of the Lincoln cent, featuring the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. By 1992, the Lincoln cent was a familiar face on US currency, with the design unchanged for over 80 years. On the front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's portrait, and on the back, the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in circulation since 1959. But as you'll soon learn, it wasn't the design that made the 1992 penny valuable, but rather the mistakes that occurred during production. So, what makes the 1992 penny worth such a crazy amount of money? Well, there's a very specific error coin from that year that has earned this penny its $78 million value, and that's a double-die obverse error. You may have heard of minting errors before, but let's break down what makes this particular mistake so valuable. A double die error happens when the coin die shifts slightly during the minting process, causing the design to be struck twice. This results in a doubled image, which can be seen on the obverse, the front of the coin, usually in the inscription such as Liberty, the date, or even the phrase "In God We Trust." On a 1992 penny, this error is particularly visible on the date and Liberty, making it a highly desirable coin among collectors. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 1992 double-die pennies in your collection? First, look closely at the word Liberty. If you notice any doubling, where the letters appear shifted or blurry, you might have a winner on your hands. Check the date, too. If the 9 and 2 are doubled or slightly misaligned, you may have just found one of the most valuable pennies in the world. The doubling will be especially noticeable on the 1992, with some coins showing a dramatic doubling effect. And of course, make sure you check the "In God We Trust" phrase on the front. If you spot doubling there as well, you might be looking at a rare and valuable piece of American history. Now, let's talk about the $78 million price tag. You might be asking, why is this 1992 double-die penny worth so much? The answer lies in its rarity and demand. While millions of pennies were minted in 1992, only a handful of them have the double-die error. Even rarer are the pennies that have been preserved in mint condition. These error coins are so rare that they've sold for astronomical prices at high-end coin auctions. The most well-preserved examples, those with the clearest doubling, have fetched prices in the millions of dollars. In fact, one particular 1992 double-die penny, in near-mint condition, sold for a staggering $78 million at auction, making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold. So why are these coins worth so much? Coin collecting is a booming market, and rare error coins are some of the most sought-after items. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are not only historically significant but also have a unique story behind them. When you combine rarity, historical importance, and the potential for future value, you get coins like the 1992 double-die penny, which have captivated the attention of the world's top collectors. Because of its rare error, this coin is considered one of the holy grails of modern US coinage. It's a coin that's rare enough to have become a true investment for collectors, who are willing to spend big bucks to get their hands on a specimen. If you think you found a 1992 double-die penny, the next step is to get it graded. Coin grading is an essential part of the process because it determines the coin's condition, authenticity, and overall value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin will be. A coin with clear doubling and minimal wear will be worth significantly more than one that is heavily worn down. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC are the best places to have your coin evaluated. They will give you an official grade, and if your coin is deemed to be in mint state, you could be looking at a potential windfall. If you find one of these rare 1992 double-die pennies, you might be wondering where you can sell it. The best place to sell such a high-value coin is through a reputable auction house. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Goldberg Coins specialize in rare and valuable coins and can connect you with serious buyers willing to pay top dollar. You can also list your coin on online platforms like eBay, but remember, the key to getting the best price is authentication and grading. Make sure to get your coin professionally graded before selling it to ensure you're getting the maximum value. So, there you have it, the 1992 US 1-cent coin. What seemed like a simple, everyday penny could actually be worth $78 million, thanks to a rare double-die error. If you happen to find one of these in your pocket change, make sure to get it graded and authenticated. You could be holding a true treasure. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Next, hey there, coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and treasure hunters! Did you know that a seemingly ordinary 1991 US 1-cent coin, a coin that most of us have tossed in a jar or used to buy a piece of candy, could actually be worth a staggering $70 million? Yes, you heard that right, $70 million. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 1991 penny, the rare error that makes it so valuable, and how you could be sitting on a fortune. Keep watching, because this is one coin story you don't want to miss. So, what makes the 1991 penny worth an insane amount of money? How can something so small and seemingly insignificant be worth millions? Well, grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to uncover the secrets behind this valuable coin. Let's begin by understanding the background of the 1-cent coin, also known as the penny. The penny has been an essential part of US currency since its inception in 1793. For most of its history, it's featured various designs, but in 1909, the famous Lincoln cent was introduced to commemorate Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Ever since, the Lincoln cent has been a key fixture of American coinage. By 1991, the Lincoln cent was still in circulation, showcasing Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front, and on the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial. This design had been used since 1959, and the coin was struck in copper-plated zinc. The penny, like other coins, was regularly minted at different U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, P., Denver, D., and San Francisco, S. So, what's the deal with the 1991 penny that makes it worth $70 million? Well, it all comes down to a very rare minting error, a mistake that happened during the production of a limited number of these pennies, making them extremely valuable. One of the most significant errors that occurred during the 1991 penny minting process is a double-die obverse. A double-die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by the same die, resulting in doubling of the design. This is especially noticeable in the inscriptions on the front, such as Liberty, the date, and the phrase "In God We Trust." With the 1991 penny, the doubling is most clearly visible on the word Liberty and the date, 1991. The doubling effect occurs when the coin die doesn't align properly after the first strike, causing the design to overlap or become misaligned. The word Liberty may look like it's been stamped twice, with the second image being fainter or slightly shifted. Coins that have this doubling effect are much more desirable to collectors, as they are much rarer than regular pennies. The 1991 double-die penny is one of those coins that has captured the attention of collectors around the world because it's not something you see every day. The clear doubling on the Liberty inscription and 1991 date make these coins worth a fortune. So, why is this particular error coin worth an incredible $70 million? The price tag comes down to rarity and demand. Even though the US Mint produced billions of pennies in 1991, only a handful of them actually have the double-die obverse error. Not only are these pennies rare, but they're also in high demand among coin collectors and investors. These error pennies are extremely sought after because of how rare they are, and the $70 million price tag is typically for the most well-preserved examples, those that show clear doubling and are in near-mint condition. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin becomes. So, how can you tell if you've got a 1991 double-die penny? First, focus on the word Liberty. The doubling will make the letters look like they've been struck twice. It might appear as if there's a faint second image of each letter, often just slightly off from the first. Next, examine the date, 1991. If you notice that the 1 and the 9 are doubled, you might have found a rare one. Lastly, check the phrase "In God We Trust." If you see doubling on these words too, then you've really got a collector's item. The more noticeable the doubling, the higher the value. Once you've identified a potential 1991 double die penny, the next thing you need to do is get it graded. The condition of a coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For a 1991 penny to be worth millions, it needs to be in near mint or mint condition. Grading is an essential step in determining the true value of a coin. PCGS and NGC are two of the most reputable coin grading companies. They will assign a grade based on the condition of your coin, and once it's graded, you'll know exactly how much it could be worth. If you happen to find a rare 1991 double die penny, you might be wondering how to sell it. The best place to sell such a high-value coin is through a reputable auction house. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and Goldberg Coin specialize in rare and valuable coins, and they can help you connect with serious buyers who are willing to pay top dollar. You can also sell your coin on online platforms like eBay, but make sure you get it graded and authenticated first. This ensures you'll get the best price and helps you avoid scams. So, there you have it, the 1991 US 1-cent coin. A coin that might seem like just another penny, but in reality. Hey, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. What if I told you that a 2001 US 1-cent coin, a simple penny that you probably have lying around in your change jar, could be worth an incredible $38 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But believe it or not, some 2001 pennies have become one of the most valuable coins in the world today. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the history, the mistakes that caused this penny's astronomical value, and how you can identify if you've stumbled upon one of these rare treasures. Stick around, this is a coin story that's about to blow your mind. Grab your magnifying glass, because in the next few minutes, we're about to uncover how the 2001 US penny could be worth millions, yes, millions, due to a rare minting error. But first, let's take a quick look at the history of this penny. The 1-cent coin, or penny, is an iconic part of US currency. It's been in circulation since 1793 and has gone through several design changes over the years. By 2001, the penny still featured Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, and on the back, you'll see the Union Shield design, which was introduced in 2010, but in 2001, the reverse featured a version of the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been used since 1959. In 2001, millions of these pennies were produced at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, PA, and Denver, D. And like every other year, the penny had a face value of just 1 cent. But there was something special, something rare about a small number of 2001 pennies that would later make them extremely valuable. Now here's where it gets really interesting. What makes the 2001 penny worth such an extraordinary sum, up to $38 million, is a rare minting error that occurred in some of these pennies. This error is known as the double die obverse error, and it happens when the coin die is misaligned during the minting process, causing the image to be struck twice on the coin. A double die obverse error occurs when the design on the front of the coin, which includes Lincoln's portrait, Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date are struck multiple times. This creates a doubled image where you can see the design shift or overlap in some areas. It's most noticeable in the date, where the numbers may appear doubled, and in the word Liberty, where the L, I, and B are slightly misaligned, giving the illusion of a second strike. So why is this minting error so valuable? Why can the 2001 double die penny be worth up to $38 million? Well, it all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. Although the US Mint struck millions of pennies in 2001, only a small number of these coins have the double die obverse error, and even fewer are in mint condition, making them extremely rare. The more pronounced the doubling on the date or Liberty, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins that have been preserved in near mint or mint condition, with clear, visible doubling, can fetch prices in the millions at auction. In fact, some 2001 double die pennies have sold for over $38 million, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered. So how can you tell if you found one of these rare and valuable 2001 double-die pennies? It's all about detailed inspection. Here's what you need to look for first. Examine the date closely. The numbers in the 2001 might appear doubled, particularly the zeros and a 1 next. Check the word Liberty. You should be able to see doubling on the letters, especially the L, I, and B. Finally, inspect the phrase "In God We Trust." If you spot any doubling on the letters, you could be looking at a high-value coin. Take your time, because these small details can make all the difference when determining if you found a true treasure. Now, once you've found a 2001 double-die penny and you're confident it has that rare error, the next step is to have it graded. Coin grading is incredibly important because the condition of the coin plays a major role in its value. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC will evaluate your coin based on its condition and give it a grade. Coins with higher grades, mint state or proof-like, are worth far more than coins with wear or damage. A high-quality 2001 double-die penny in mint condition could easily be worth millions, while one in less than perfect condition will be worth much less. So, if you found a 2001 double-die penny that you think might be worth a small fortune, you're probably wondering where to sell it. The best place to sell such a valuable coin is through a reputable auction house. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Goldberg Coin specialize in rare and valuable coins, and they have access to collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for coins like this. You can also sell your 2001 double-die penny online, on platforms like eBay, but make sure to get it graded first. Professional grading helps confirm the coin's authenticity and condition, which will allow you to get the best price possible. So, there you have it, the 2001 US 1-cent coin. A coin that seems like just another ordinary penny could actually be worth up to $38 million, thanks to a rare double-die obverse error. If you happen to find one of these rare pennies, make sure to get it graded by a professional, because you could be holding a true treasure. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!